and welcome to Bloodlust.
The final episode.
I like when you said dun 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 dun.
Dun dun dun.
My name is Antonia.
And I'm Alex, broadcasting all the way from the Los Angeles area of LA.
What?
Huh? No. That was funny.
We have a lot to cover.
Yes.
So I think we should just get right on into it.
Let's go.
True Blood, Season 6, Episode 10, titled...
Radioactive.
Radioactive! Radioactive! Dum.
Dum dum dum.
So after the funeral is over, Suki and Alcie's wig decide to go for a little rendezvous around the cemetery. So they're just strolling around, talking about life.
Sometimes I wish I was a telepath or something, so I could get in your head, tell what you were thinking.
So they run into Bill and the gang.
What the f***? How's this even possible?
You got daywalkers walking, talking, and f***ing.
I have to go.
Whoa, come on with me.
It's not what you think. I'm safe.
Suki.
How the f do you know that you're safe,
Right.
Suki? The last time you saw Bill, he threatened to kill you. How the f do you think that you're safe now?
You're walking into a vampire orgy in the front yard of a house.
I think you're everything but safe in that scenario. So this shit gets really weird,
Right.
okay?
This is what vampires decide to do in the daytime. No wonder God has chosen them to live at night.
We need croquet!
And volleyball!
Who's making a target run?
Hell yeah, I'll go!
Croquet?
Volleyball, badminton.
What's the one where they hit the one from Robin Hood? Where they hit the
It's a
little...
badminton.
That's Batman?
Yeah.
Okay. So Violet meets Suki.
Hey, look!
Jealous much? Psycho bitch much?
I'm his sister. What the f? And you are my sister, too.
Suki, meet Violet. She's European.
So wow. So Pam and Tara run up and give Suki a big old hug, and they're all friends again and stuff. And Emo Bill watches all the festivities from inside of his dark room.
What's wrong with him, Alex?
Is he sick and can't come out to play?
It would appear so.
With the measles.
The vampires decide to have a volleyball match.
Have you no shame?
Yo, Moppy Vampire.
Somehow, someway, all of them were able to get clothes in like sunny, bright clothes. Like summertime, sunny, bright clothes. Jess gets smacked in the face with a volleyball. Which makes almost all of this shit worth it.
So Pam walks up in her tracksuit. And she's like, look, Tara, you know, you're awesome and all, but I'm gonna go look for Eric now. Tara's like, look, I didn't put on this half cowboy hat, half fedora for you to leave me now for no reason.
You gotta be f***ing kidding me.
You two are the worst makers ever.
The worst f***ing makers ever.
Ever.
Peace out, bitch!
And this is the show we review. So Suki goes back to the cemetery.
Warlow's waiting for her, and he's got this tree all decorated with like shit he got from Joanna Fabrics, and he's twirling it.
It's beautiful.
I love it, I love it, I love it. Thank you, Lord.
We wrap ourselves around the maypole, use both our lights to render this one closed circle into two.
That makes them married for life. But Suki has some news for him.
Orlo, a lot's changed since I last saw you.
You've been gone 4 hours.
Suki's a danger whore. They're no longer in danger, so she no longer wants to be your whore.
There's no denying I have feelings for you. But I'm thinking that a life of eternity together should be based on more than a bargain.
I cannot be your fairy vampire bride just yet. Can we date?
Date you. As in drive-in movies and bowling.
No, as in we spend time together off this plane. in the real world, see how we fit.
Yeah, can we go steady for a little bit?
Can I at least change my Facebook status to in a relationship before I hop to married?
And dead in a vampire fairy bride.
She's like, look, Warlow, there's no rush.
And Willow's sitting there contemplating it.
Asking her what she thinks.
Uh-huh.
What do they propose they do?
And I'm like, wow, he's a really good guy. He's a keeper, Sookie.
He done pimp smacked you the next week, Sookie.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I mean, he did everything a pimp does. Pimp smack followed by a choke. And a bitch what?
Really? I mean, all of this talk, saving Jason, not killing the fairy grandfather, going after Sookie and trying to do everything you can for her, and it's gonna end in some domestic violence. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
He comes from the Yabba Dabba Doo times, though, where they drag women by their hair. They're a little rough with their women.
Do you think I've waited 5,500 years to...
We know how long you've been alive, okay?
Another 5,500 years to prepare, I should hope so. I spent the last 5,000 years alone. I've loved you for nearly 6,000 years.
$6,300 suit. Come on!
Jesus Christ knows how long you've been alive. Even he's like, Jesus Christ, you're old.
So Sookie makes her ball of light, and she's like, hey, you know, if you don't let me go, I'm gonna, like, throw this, like, seriously, really, I'm gonna so do it.
So help me God, I'll do it. And then we'll leave because...
Right.
If she would have just done it, it would have been the end of it. She might have died afterwards, but at least it would have been the end. He's like...
But I do just want to f you and own you and use you for your blood.
Monster.
I'm a motherfucking monster!
So you just want to f her, use her, and whatever, but yet you guys are soulmates.
You can tell by the hands glowing.
They would have found their soulmates if light shone from their touch.
Lies. Oh, lies!
You probably just made his hand glow. I mean...
You will fill this hole, whether you like it or not.
That's what he said, right, guys? Because of gay?
So emo Bill is actually normal Bill now.
I'm healed, Jess. I don't feel Lilith anymore. I feel like Bill again.
Say that like it's a bad thing.
Shut the f up.
Once all of Lilith's blood was drained from him, he became mortal. Or not mortal, immortal, but you know what I mean.
So with his powers lost, he magically has feelings for Sookie again.
Sookie, but I sacrificed her.
You know, well, Bill Compton would have walked through fire to save her life.
There's no time now.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So they grabbed Jason.
What the f did you do? Bill Compton, God, whatever the f you are.
Jason.
And like, Jason, look, your shirt is really, really ugly. We're not gonna judge you on it, okay? Can you please just help us out on this?
Keep it as a turban. Do not put that shirt on.
Right now, I need to save my sister.
So how do I do that?
You're on another plane. A fairy plane.
So here's the plan. The only known fairy that's left to get to the plane where Sookie and Warlow are is Adeline.
But Adeline's not gonna help a vampire. I mean, every experience she's ever had with a vampire has ended in horribleness.
Horribleness.
I just want you to know, I know what happened with you and your sisters. And I'm real sorry. I can't lose my sister like you lost all yours. Please.
That's a great argument, Jason.
I heard what happened to your three sisters, but if mine died, I'll be just like you. You don't want that, do you?
So at this point, no one really knows what's going on in the cemetery, but they sure are acting like they do. It's like they know Sookie's in danger. But how would they know that? So...
Maybe they read the script. So Andy, Jason, Arlene, no, Adeline, okay. So Andy, Jason, Adeline, and Violet go to the plane with Bill to go save Sookie from Warlow's grip of death.
Please, I don't want to be a vampire.
Is it happening already?
Come on.
How do I do this?
What? You don't know?
I'm like 2 weeks old.
Bill tries to explain fairy powers to a fairy.
Your light, its source, is nature, to which you are closer than any other life form. Think about your blood. It nourishes you like.
So should.
So Violet's like, I'm gonna take a page out of Ricky's book.
You're gonna f***ing shift. Right now.
Don't worry, guys, I got this.
Hunger's your
Get us to the other plane, motherfucker!
So the gang arrives just in time.
This seems like an unnecessary risk on your sister's life to shoot from like 50 yards away.
It's a good shot, leave him alone.
Okay. Oh no, my maypole! I spent like 5,500 years on that, guys. Not cool. So they scoop up Suki. What's her name? Suki?
Suki.
So they scoop up Suki and disapparate into the real world, leaving Bill and Warlow in immortal combat!
So Warlow separates back to Earth. To the real world, what do you say?
So Warlow gets to the house, he walks in, and then Bill's about to stake him when...
No more access.
Invite me in. It'd be funny to turn around and say, oh, come in. Oh, cool.
Suki doesn't even want you anyway.
This is the first time that Bill's been thrown off of Suki's doorstep. He should be used to it by now.
Warlow goes through this whole rampage through Suki's house, fighting Andy, Jason, Violet, killing none of them.
Of course not.
Killing none of them.
Oh, Suki.
Could she be behind curtain number 1?
In 1,000, 2,000 years, you'll learn to love me.
I don't think so.
Oh, Jack. This is where we first met.
So, out of the depths of the abyss comes Grandpapa.
Get your hands off her! Suki!
Bill isn't strong enough to hold Warlow back, but this man is.
That's some bullshit right there.
A little help here!
Wipe yourself off, man. You dead.
So, wow.
I liked Warlow, I really did, and then when they try to change his character up and all of a sudden make him a bad guy, I didn't buy it. So his death was just kind of disappointing.
Hated it.
So now with Warlow dead, his blood is now deactivated.
Because that's how blood works.
Right, which is good for these vamps because it's nighttime.
But not so good for Eric.
But not so good for Eric.
Oh my god, and then we get to see Eric's penis. Ah! Nice.
Nice.
There's absolutely no place for him to hide, no place for him to go.
There's a little shadow over there. There's a little shadow.
Yeah,
I
but
can get
sun
in there.
still gets, it's still sunny out.
As I suspected. I don't understand why these vampires were just living it up in the sun. It's almost like when it's past your bedtime and you think your parents are asleep, so you start playing your video games with every little noise you took under your sheets. These vampires just didn't give a f. It's just like they were just like blasting the Xbox 360, and I'm tired. It's just hard for me to talk at this point.
That's the joke.
So then the story goes 6 months into the future, and everything has changed.
More things have changed in 6 months than 6 seasons. Bill is now an accomplished author.
Bill, thank you for having me. Are you insane?
Suki and Alcide are now together.
Are you mad because I'm watching?
No, because you ain't watching anymore.
Sam is now mayor of all of Bon Temps.
When was elections coming?
They don't trust their government anymore. They still trust their churches. So if we separate church and state, we are 100%.
Strokes of brilliance, that one.
And Jason has literally been giving Violet cunnilingus for 6 months straight.
And not once in all that time have you ever even touched
I told you.
In due time.
In due time? The time is due. Again?
Oh.
Which I would say is a girl's dream, but I'm assuming that there's some road rash at this point.
But she heals well.
True. I hated this scene. I'm sorry.
The scene was very long, played out, drawn out, dragged out, and eaten out.
So Mayor Sam has a meeting of the black and white citizens of Bon Temps.
Because of course black and white are the only two races that Bon Temps accommodates at the moment.
Jesus Christ.
Excuse me, young lady.
I'm an uptight buster! You old horny slut!
So Hep V has spread. All these infected vampires are out there attacking humans.
So Sam proposes a plan. A plan for protection, a plan for safety, a plan for Bon Temps.
Ooh.
Okay?
Is that the slogan he ran on?
I don't know.
I am asking every single uninfected adult in this room to agree to a monogamous feeding relationship with a healthy vampire.
The vampire can protect the human from sick vampires, and the human will feed the vampire blood.
I understand you're upset. Talk to your reverends. Talk amongst yourselves. But this is the only way we know how to protect you.
So they hold a VVQ for the non-infected humans and the non-infected vampires to meet each other so that they can start this relationship.
There's gonna be all kinds of food. There's gonna be music, and it's all gonna be free. Thanks to Mrs. Belfer.
Arlene now owns Merlotte's and have changed it to Bellefleur's.
Which is an equally bad name.
Oh, how did this name Bellefleur's come about? Well, yeah, my husband was killed back in the back right there next to the dumpster, and I'm just gonna name the restaurant after him where he was killed, right outside. So Bill comes out for the night and finds Sookie and Alcide leaving the party.
May I have a moment alone with Sookie? No f***ing way. Anything Bill has to say to you, he can say to me too.
You heard the man.
What's funny is that Sookie leaves one controlling relationship and it seems like she's going right into another one. This man speaks for her, tells her when to go to bed, tells her when to leave a party. I mean, goddamn.
I'm offering you my protection. You can growl all you want, Bright Eyes, but it doesn't change the truth. I've changed. Sookie, I can be trusted again.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
So during this conversation, these vampires start showing up. These infected vampires.
You smell it?
Smell what?
I smell it.
Somebody mind telling me what the hell's going on?
You guys remember when Nora was infected with Hep V, right? She was weak. She
sickly.
Couldn't move.
Hardly walk.
But these f***ing mutant vampires, they're strong, they're fast, they're angry, and they're hungry.
That's the joke.
Nibbles. Jessica's boyfriend is a rock star, apparently.
You suck!
So at the barbecue, Tara's mommy calls her into the barn.
You want to apologize for the way I handle things. You talking about when you came to Fantasia?
I'm talking about everything, Tara. I'm talking about your whole life.
Damn.
I thought I never could forgive myself. But if you let me, Tara, I can make this right.
Come here, baby. Let me f the pain away.
Jessica comes up to the Bellefleur's
To basically
extend her hand in protection.
What if I don't want it?
Well, you got it anyway, buddy.
Got it anyway. I want to give you your girls back.
It took you 6 months to go over there and say, hey, dude, about your daughters.
Sorry.
Yes. Sorry about that.
That's some bullshit right there.
Lilith, how about instead of warning Bill about the 9 vampires that were gonna die in the circular room, you told him that there was gonna be a disease created called hepatitis V, and it was gonna kill off 1/8 of the vampire population. How about instead you warned him about that? Maybe?
You stupid bitch.
So let me get this hetero straight. So you's a vampire that can come out in the daytime?
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Oh, there goes the damn neighborhood.
I predict that Violet's gonna die. Not only is she gonna die, but I predict that every relationship that's been created in this season will end next season.
James as well, then.
James as well. I think that Eric probably dug a hole and survived.
I think that probably Pam is gonna like burrow up to him and like pull him under the snow.
I predict that Pam and Eric will rekindle their love.
That's a good prediction. And then he won't want Sookie anymore. I think ultimately Sookie and Bill will be back together. I predict the next season of True Blood will be its last. And I don't even have to predict it because it's been announced. I cannot believe it. HBO has finally put a stake in this show. I won't miss it, but I'm sure some other people will.
You will miss the show.
Of course I will. I just don't want to think about it. Comments on comments.
Comments on comments.
Comments on comments.
Comments on comments.
Comments on comments. Comments on comments. We got the comments on comments. We got the comments. Comments. Madeline C says, I love this show so much. Oh my gosh. Question, do you think Eric is dead? No, we do not think Eric is dead.
No, we do not think Eric is dead.
No, we think that Eric is going to be saved by Pam.
Yes, we think he's in pain.
What? Shout out to Lori Cather, who left us a really long and beautiful comment on our last video. Miss Pepperoni 90 says, just letting you know you have watchers in New Zealand. We love you. Oh.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
New Zealand.
Yes, we love you too, New Zealand. Or Miss Pepperoni 90.
The only one that watches this in New Zealand.
Doc Grady makes a point and says, when Jessica drank the blood from the fairy girl, she can now walk into the sun and not be afraid of the room of light. Yes, Doc, you're right. You're extremely right. So that just makes everything from the last few episodes pointless. To @CrackTheory and all of my other Twitter followers who, you know, keep it real with me on Twitter, you know, we have a lot of fun hanging out and talking to each other. You know who you are.
To Dragonfly Noir 10, who's been with us since the beginning.
And every comment you leave us gives me a special tingling inside. Also, special thanks to Steven Tupi and Harry Howe. You guys know what you did for us. You know.
Plus, shout out to our family who's been with us the entire way, helping us out any way they can. Comes from anything from holding the boom to just putting up with us, I guess.
Yes, thank you, family.
And a special shout out to all the fans who've commented, subscribed, and supported us, who watched us grow. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe.
We love the comments. We read them all. We'll miss you guys.
We gotta do, if it's the final season, we gotta do a final season. It only makes sense.
But just in case we don't see you next season, we want to leave you with this. And now the end is near. And so I face this final curtain.
My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain.
I've lived a life that's full.
I've traveled each and every highway.
And more.
Oh, so much more.
We did it our way. Good night, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that we know. Thank you guys. We love you.
I'd like to thank my dad, my sister, my brother. Y'all know who you are. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you.
Okay.
Fuck the pain away. 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 Fuck the pain away.
Goddamn bastard.
Goddamn caught it though.
Okay.